account. So I do apologize. 7 o'clock, a bit late, but better late than never, I guess. So welcome. So good to have you here. And tonight I want to share with you some ideas with Vellum. Just love Vellum, and there's actually so much you can do with it. So really wanted to have a look at that tonight, and some different ways and some different cards that I've made with it. So let's flick over to the desktop. There we go, and I'll scoot over. So thank you so much for your patience if you have been waiting for the 7 o'clock, but yes, I have been frantically trying to get back in, and I couldn't even remember my password, so that doesn't help, does it? So let me just double check that I am actually going on here. After all that, yes, I can see I am. Fantastic. Yay. Okay, so Vellum. You will find that in your catalogues. Now it comes in A4 sheets, and to find it is actually on page 126, and underneath a page that's got specialty paper and sweet spot little boxes and the window sheets, etc. Oops, you can't see that. The window sheets and that sort of thing. So a little bit different place to find it, but fantastic little extras on here, and these bags are gorgeous, and they are in colours. So Vellum, I just absolutely love Vellum. It is, as I say, A4, and it's really high quality, and it's acid free, so really good for scrapbooking as well. And it's translucent, as you can see. You can sort of see it gives this really soft, delicate look. Hi Julie. I was just saying I had some dreadful trouble getting on. Always want your password or something different, and then you can't remember it, and yeah, so a bit flustered now, as you are when things don't go straightforward. But yeah, all good. And it's really delicate, so I'm excited to share some things with you. The other thing that we have is this Vellum, which is specialty paper. So it's on page 133. It's called Vellum Basics, and it has, hi Linda, stupid Facebook didn't give, oh, I've just gone on, I was delayed. I didn't have Facebook, I didn't have passwords and things. It locked me out for some reason. So I've only just started. This one has dots already embossed on it, and leaves and stripes, so ready to go straight away. And these are 12 by 12 sheets. So great, once again, great for scrapbooking if you enjoy scrapbooking. So the first thing I just wanted to show you for the first technique. So this is called dry embossing, when you use a embossing folder. And this is our dotty one, and actually I don't know what this one's called, but when you run these through the cut and emboss machine, what it does is it breaks down the paper, and it creates the images or the pattern in white, which really is, I just love how this works with Vellum. It breaks it down and really picks up that pattern of the embossing folders. So you can use this on a card. Oh, excuse me. So I've got some samples here. So, and the other thing you can use Vellum for, see, this paper underneath here is quite bright, and I wanted it delicate. So if you use the Vellum, because it's that beautiful soft translucent look, then it softens the colors down. And so I've popped it on top of this beautiful bubble bath, and I've also embossed it with that dotty embossing folder. So you've got the pattern of that and this really soft look of the pink. And I've used the patterned paper on this one. It's got the stripes. I don't know if you can see that, but that's got the stripes. That's your favorite, the technique with Vellum. I know, isn't it amazing? I just really love the effect. It's so cool. Really amazing. So yeah, that softens that gingham as well. You can see the dark effect there, and then the lighter, softer look with the Vellum on top. So that's one technique. Now, another one is if you white emboss with just standard embossing powder and Versamark, etc. And then you want, if you want to colour, you can leave that plain if you wanted to, obviously, but if you wanted to colour that, turn it over, and then you can do, I'll just use one on the side here to show you, but I'm going to use, so you could colour with your Stampin' Blends, and this is Lost Lagoon, one of the returning colours, but I'm actually going to use the Stampin' Rights. So I'm going to use the new Lemon Lolly, and just colour that in there. Now you could use more shading and things if you wanted to, with darker colours and lighter colours, but I'm just going to show you with this. This is Boho Blue, which is one of my favourites. So I'm just going over the back. And then when you turn it over, we need a bit of white cardstock to see that. When you turn it over, you can see how beautiful that comes out. Just makes the colour really soft and delicate. Sorry, I got the humbug. And so I made this card using those colours. So this is white embossed on vellum, and then I've put white card behind it. And this is on the glorious gingham designer series paper. And I love gingham anyway, but I just think that the flowers really turn out so beautiful and soft and gorgeous. So that's another technique that you can use. And so with this next one, we're going to use, so I'm just going to get some paper here. We're going to use some blends. Okay, so on this white paper so you can see it. So I'm going to make a green. Now you can use any colour, so don't use too many colours. If you use too many colours and put them all on, then and when you spritz it, you can actually make it go a bit muddy if you're not careful. So don't add too many colours. Now I'm going to use the fat end of the Stampin' Blend, and I'm just going to do some random scribbling like so. And then I have got, so that is Lost Lagoon, and this is Lemon Lime Twist. Isn't that just gorgeous? Make sure you go right to the edges, though I have done it a little bit bigger. And this is, now I thought you might like this. Love that card, and those Shadow Sentiment dies are the bomb. I know, I just love them. I just love those. Yeah, definitely. Now this is Pretty Peacock. Now I thought my nails I picked this colour this week because I thought that looked very Pretty Peacock. Yeah, and I'm loving this Pretty Peacock return. So I'm just going to add some in there. Nothing like having your nails coordinate with your projects. Okay, a little bit in there. Okay, so the next thing, I've filled up a spritzer with some isopropyl alcohol, and I just ordered this online, and it is rubbing alcohol. I think this one is actually like 99% or something. It's quite high, industrial strength. So I find it really good to use, and I've popped it in a spritz. So you need a nice, generous, don't know why that's not going down, stuck. Oh, there we go. Nice generous amount of alcohol. That sounds good, doesn't it? Nice generous amount of alcohol. And then give it a bit of a swirl about just to create some patterns. Then, oops, get your heat tool, and this is where it gets exciting. As it dries, it forms these lovely patterns on the paper. Isn't that amazing? Now see how that's turned out quite blue. Now you can, so that dries very quickly because it's obviously alcohol based, so it dries very quickly, but you can go back in, like if you get that and you think, oh, I wanted a bit more lemon lime twist there, you can go back in and even though it's, you know, obviously meant to be random, but you can make it a bit more controlled. You can add a little bit more and spritz again and either leave it or use your heat tool and dry that off again. So beautiful, as I say, patterns. And then I use, now you can use this just as background. So if you didn't want to do anything else with it, you can just use it as is and then pop something on top. So I've used the gorgeous garden dyes on top of, I've used different colors in this, orange and I think bubble bath and azure afternoon on the background. So the colors always often come out, they don't look always exactly what you're putting on. They mix together and blend beautifully, and so you can use it as a background, or you can then use it instead with one of these beautiful dyes. These are the gorgeous garden dyes. That's leaves, and that was the dye that I used on that card there. And this I would then die cut, and I've just seen that I've squished this up somehow and cut it out, and you get this beautiful leaf pattern, which you're going to see much better if I stick it on here for you. And I like them on the back of white. Obviously you could use another color, but I think it really does pop if you pop it on some white. So the best thing to use with vellum is, because most adhesives can be seen through, I find that this Stamp and Seal is really good to use, and it's quite invisible really. So just go around adding some randomly. Couldn't pre-do this because it would have got stuck everywhere, I'm sure. And just adding that. So I'm going to stick this, I haven't used a mat, I'm just going to stick it straight onto the card front. And oops, now I've ripped it again. That's all right. It is delicate vellum, obviously, but that's the beauty of it. There's always ways around these things, isn't there? Right, let's see how we're going. Pop it on there. go. And I don't mind the leaves coming up like that. I think that really does add to it. The next thing I've got is just a bit of paper here, and I am going to just, now if you don't like ripping, obviously you can just leave it as it is, and I'm just going to add a bit of texture to this and rip it down there. So when you rip something, if you want the rough edge showing and not the straight edge, so to speak, or the flat edge, then you rip towards yourself, and I quite like that rough look, and that's about right. I am going to get a blending brush and some Lost Lagoon, and these ink pads, because they're new, are very juicy, so I'm just going to be very careful about how much I put on. So I'm going to start at the bottom darker, and I'm going to get a little bit lighter as I get to the top. Because I don't really want to add any more. There we go. One side. Okay, so I don't mind it looking textured. I don't want it to look overly smooth. I'm going to get my Lost Lagoon Stamp and Blend, and I'm just going to add some dots on that. There we go. That is going to go here. So let's just, oops, oh, that's my fault. I'll just pop that, work quite that well. Okay. Right, now I've cut out some of the beautiful daisies. Hi, Shani. Oh, thank you for popping in. Sounds like you must have had a busy day. I have already pre-cut, where have I done them? These beautiful daisies, and I have done these two already, but I just wanted to show you, I have added some pink bubble bath. Got to put my pink in somewhere, don't I? And I've just used my blending brush very softly, because once again these are juicy, being fresh. I've done these two ahead of time, but this is all I've done, and then I've just gone round the tips as well with a bit of pink. And then popped it on here. So a little bit fiddly getting these on. You've got to just turn them around until they are on in the right place. Does that look about right? No. Oh, that's because I've got it upside down. I was thinking, oh, I'm sure that looks about right. There we go. Pop that on there. And add a dimensional. And so when it's, obviously when you create such a card with a lot of I suppose you would say, busyness around it. You don't want to add too much on top to cover it. Okay, let's put that there. And then I'm going to pop that in like that, I think. This is cut out of the distressed gold paper. I was so pleased that carried on. Absolutely love this distressed gold. It is so beautiful. Right, and then I am going to do, let me just create some space here, a double bow. I've already pre-done the sentiment here, so right, I hate doing bows on camera, I must admit, so I'm just going to do a loop up the top, matching loop down the bottom, and another one. Cool. Get my scissors. I love, the other thing I love, saying everything I love with this, but linen thread. Oh, don't you just love it? I think it's absolutely stunning. Okay. Grab a glue dot. About there. I must admit, I'm not really into thick ribbons at the moment. So now I'm going to put a dimensional just on the end of this and then glue at the top, because that's already on dimensionals. So I don't want to have too much thickness. So use the last two on this one. And a bit of glue. These new metallic enamel effects. We had the red and the grey and the white. Now we've got the copper, the gold and the silver. So I'm going to add some. Trouble is, they do take a little bit to dry, so you do have to be careful, obviously, when you pop it on, that you've got the ability, and I'll say this, and then when I'm showing you stuff, I'm going to. So you just squeeze it out. It forms these beautiful circles. So it seems to just do it by itself, and you can make them smaller or bigger, and then you have your gold embellishments. So easy to use, and yeah, you don't run out. So that is the card made with that leaf. So just running over the different techniques. So that's creating with the alcohol blends and the alcohol a sheet of colour, which you can either use as a background or cut it out with the dye and make your pattern with it. And this is another couple that I've done with that as well. This is using the flower, and of course this is one in pink, of course, had to do one in pink, and this is one, I think I didn't use copper clay, but it ended up looking like copper clay when the colours mixed. But I didn't mind that one. And that's using that same technique, using it as an overlay to soften a colour, which really adds a bit of delicacy to a card, makes it look quite delicate. And then also using it to emboss with an embossing folder and create a beautiful pattern on the vellum to add to your project. So I hope you have taken away some fabulous ideas with this. Let me get these all on the screen with these different cards, and inspired to use vellum. Absolutely love vellum, as I say, and yeah, hope you feel inspired. Thank you so much and for joining me, and I do apologize once again for the delay in not being able to sign in. So take care, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoy this video, please do share and leave a comment. Bye.